The plate in front of June Keller did not list a price. It listed a place. Across the rim, in dark brown gravy, someone had written 2 words, Riverbed. June had already taken 1 bite. She had not ordered it. Nobody at the Last Light Diner ordered the special. People only noticed the plate after it had already arrived, as if the kitchen had remembered an appointment they had never made. The waitress stood 3 steps away without a menu, without a check, and without the ordinary little question people ask when a stranger looks frightened. She was watching the bite mark. "Don't sit in that chair," a man said from the end of the counter. June looked up.
"I've been sitting here the whole time."
"No," he said. "You're only the first one who tasted it." That was when Ellis Vale understood his sister had not vanished on her way home. Nora Vale had been served. 3 weeks earlier, Ellis still believed the disappearance began in an employee parking lot. Nora's car was clean and locked. Half a tank of gas. A sweater folded on the passenger seat. No broken glass. No purse dropped for a detective to find. Her phone had died the night before, a detail so ordinary the police wrote it down and then wrote around it. But Ellis knew one habit the report did not know. Every Thursday before work, Nora stopped at the Last Light Diner. Black coffee, 2 pieces of toast, half a sugar packet left unopened beside the cup. Not because she hated sugar. Because their mother had used that brand, and Nora said leaving half-made breakfast feel less like eating alone. Ellis went there on the next rainy Thursday. There was nothing theatrical about the place. Cracked vinyl seats, coffee that tasted boiled twice, a song from some older decade playing too low to make out the words. Above the counter, today's special was written in chalk. Last bus. Ellis asked the waitress, Bea, what Nora had ordered the morning she disappeared. Bea poured coffee into a white mug that was already waiting on the empty chair by the window.
"She didn't order,"
Bea said.
"She came early."
"Is that Nora's cup?"
"She always sat there."
"But she isn't here." Bea looked at the steam.
"The diner keeps seats for people who haven't finished paying."
Ellis should have left. He had already tried every sensible place. The station, the parking lot, Nora's apartment, the porches of people who were sorry but did not remember. So he sat across from Nora's cup. Bea set 2 pieces of toast in front of him. Not what he had ordered. Across the plate, in dark jam, the words read, Last bus. "I'm not eating this," Ellis said.
"Don't taste it."
Bea answered.
"Not unless you're ready to know where you're going."
He did not taste it. He only sat there until Nora's coffee went cold. When he stood, his hand had been resting on the back of her chair so long that his palm had gone stiff. The next day, a delivery driver said he had seen Nora at the old bus shelter north of town. The day after that, a woman said Nora stood under that shelter in the rain, not waving, not asking for help, just waiting like she knew a ride was already late. Every sighting led Ellis to a place emptier than the last. And every morning the Last Light had a different special. Broken footbridge. Church back door. Riverbed. Bea never called them meals. She called them ways out. Ellis did not understand what that meant until June Keller walked in. June was a library assistant from the next town over. Her car had died in the rain. Her phone showed 3%. She had a 7-year-old son named Theo, staying with a neighbor, and she mentioned him 3 times in 10 minutes.
"I just need to charge my phone."
June said.
"Then I'm going home."
Bea placed her in booth 4. No menu. No small talk. A few minutes later, she brought the gray little cake with the dark words on the plate.
"I didn't order this,"
June said.
"The diner doesn't ask,"
Bea replied. Ellis saw the words before June did. Riverbed. He saw June give the embarrassed laugh people use when a situation is rude, but not yet dangerous. He saw her break off a piece barely larger than a coin. And he saw Bea's face change when June swallowed. "Don't sit in that chair," Ellis said. June turned toward him, angry because anger was easier than fear.
"Who are you?"
Outside the glass, rainwater began to drain toward a culvert that had been filled in years ago. Then the thin black stream ran uphill. Bia pulled the shade down.
She tasted it.
Bia said.
Now the way out knows her.
June stood.
I'm leaving through the front door.
Every door's the front door.
Bia said.
Once the plate has called the right person.
Ellis asked the only question that still mattered. What did Nora taste? Bia looked at the cup by the window.
She didn't. She sat in someone else's held chair.
That was the rule. The food did not choose a victim. It opened a route. The person who tasted the special became known to that route. But when the route closed, the diner needed someone sitting in the held chair. Someone willing. Someone careless. Someone tired enough to stay behind so another person could leave. Nora must have sat there because the chair was empty. Maybe she noticed the coffee and thought someone had forgotten it. Maybe she was only being Nora, choosing the smaller inconvenience because she believed small kindnesses mattered. Then someone else tasted the special, and Nora became the person held in place. Ellis backed away from the counter. He remembered his first morning at the diner, how he had sat opposite the cup, hand on the chair, refusing to eat. He had not been keeping Nora close. He had been keeping the seat warm. June stared at the drawn shade.
I have to get back to Theo.
Nobody in the diner answered. That was the worst part. Not the water outside, not the chalkboard, not the bell. It was June saying one simple, correct thing, and the room having no reason to care.
If she leaves that booth while the route is open, it follows her?
Bia said.
It will reach the boy before she gets home.
June went still.
No.
Ellis looked at Nora's chair. The coffee had been cold for weeks, but there was a fresh ring of water on the table, as if someone had just lifted the cup. He did not know where Nora was. He did not know whether taking her place would bring him closer to her or erase him into another kind of waiting. He only knew someone still sitting in front of him could be saved. Ellis picked up Nora's cup.
What are you doing?
June asked. I'm done holding it for someone else. He sat down. The bell over the door rang again. The water in the parking lot stopped running uphill. In booth 4, June's plate cracked through the words riverbed. Bia raised the shade. Rain fell downhill again, like ordinary rain. June looked at her phone. The signal had returned. She did not thank Ellis at first. She grabbed her keys with the careful motion of a person afraid the world might change its mind.
Theo will ask who you are,
she said. Ellis tried to smile. Tell him not to accept food he didn't order. June left. The door opened. The bell did not ring. Bia cleared the broken plate. She did not ask Ellis if he wanted anything. She only placed a receipt in front of him. There was no customer name. No meal. Only one line at the bottom. Held table. Accepted. And the date printed in the corner was tomorrow. When Wendell Gray received that receipt at the archive office the next morning, he did not file it under Nora Vale. He opened a new folder. The line-marked date of incident was blank. The line-marked evidence received was already in the past. And in the box for missing person's name, Wendell wrote nothing at all. He placed the receipt inside as if he knew the chair at the last light had not been left empty. It was only waiting for someone else to realize they had been sitting down for a long time.